though I might could have Travis's spaghetti and still get great results, it won't be on the list because I'm trying to make myself stick to my word and get the number of steps. And that will make if there's things I'm wanting to eat that I can't have and I'm honoring the challenge, then it's going to make me want to get my steps done.
Got you. So yeah, I'll probably do the challenging because I need to get back disciplined. I've
Yeah,
fallen way off the wagon.
I'll do it sometime. All right, Sheila, there's no cost for the challenge. There's no cost. Just your effort. That's all I ask is your effort. All
I
right,
will say though, I have not gained any weight back. I'm still at 151, but I want to be at that 130, darn it.
that's a great job, by the way. That's amazing.
Thanks.
The idea is when we're not motivated, y'all, uh, I usually use the example of punting the ball. Don't commit a turnover and gain your weight back. Just trying to hold on till you get motivated again. No, you hadn't missed anything. Here we go. I'm gonna get going, Ashley. Thanks. All right, so hey, there's Brother Charles. I knew we'd get him. I knew we'd get him. Now, if we could just get that Sandy. All right, bro. Good to have you. This is gonna be Pam. This is right up your alley. This is up your alley. I will briefly. I just want to point out something. Do y'all remember me saying that the photo challenge, I bet we get just as good results just because of we didn't have a meal plan. There was nothing that we had to do other than put the photos of our meals in the group. Y'all remember that? So
Yes.
I know behavior. I'm telling you, I know behavior. I want you to check this out. The people that did that challenge wasn't even about the food. It was about the accountability. Check this out. So group challenges, not many people did it this week, so we'll go back to last week. All they had to do was follow any, Pam, all they had to do was any perfect day, any type of perfect day. There was no specific rule set. And they had to post in the members only group their foods. In 1 week, Lady Warrior 7.8, Terry 7.5, Doreen 7, Beth 5.2, Lisa 5, Deb 4.3, Cindy 4.2, Teresa 4, Miss Darla 3.8, Stella 3.8. Terry lost 5% of her body weight. All that changed was the accountability. So just the engagement. That's what I'm trying to show you. Just the engagement. By engaging, being aware, you get results. Big round of applause for the photo folks. That and some of you are doing it again. But boy, that was the easiest challenge I ever done. Lisa, Larry, and I, we didn't have to work all night or anything. We just said, post your meal photos in that, or you have to tap out. And do you see what I'm saying? All it was awareness, just creating awareness. And, you know, hey, I'm focused, I'm aware, I know I got to put this in the group in order to earn my badge and have some perfect days. Great results, everybody. That's fantastic. We're going to keep the photo challenge going. That will just be like Shabola Simplified, an ongoing one. Anytime you need to get refocused, we'll put those photos there. And it was really good to see the group, the energy of the group. So there's also corporate, there's corporate wisdom and corporate knowledge. What do I mean? So I have knowledge. Cindy has knowledge. Charles has knowledge. Deanna has knowledge. Mom has knowledge. We have knowledge. We're putting that knowledge together when we do that challenge. We're learning from each other. We're growing. We're engaging. So much of this is keeping your goals and your program top of consciousness, knowing that every day the devil, the enemy's desire is to distract you. Okay, so now we're doing another challenge. This one's more focused on weight loss, but it's also focused on building crazy self-discipline. Okay, so we're deciding before we do it that what we're going to do and that we're going to do it. We're going to keep our word to ourselves, or we're going to tap out. So we don't want to decide to say that we're going to do something and not do it, we lose confidence in ourselves. When we say that we're going to do something and we don't do it, every time that happens, we lose a little confidence in ourselves. The way to get that back is to do something hard and to complete what you said that you were going to do. So that's what that challenge is about. And it's not that hard, but it's harder than if you could just have anything that you wanted to have. So here's where we go. We're going to go, let me see if I got any. Lisa may not have been able to get in here. Yep, she made it. So Lisa's setting up the group challenge so that you can register for it. Before you agree to do it, here's the rules. I'm going to my digital worksheets. You have a new digital worksheet called Tiger Step Challenge. All right, you'll create a new one here. I'm going to just pull up an old one to show you what it looks like. We have our title, Tiger Step Challenge, our deadline, when we've got to achieve the prerequisite steps, our beginning weight, and then, of course, when we get done, our ending weight. This is great data to have because you don't realize how good you're doing. And for you to be able to focus on this little worksheet for up to 14 days and to see that you lost 5 pounds or 10 pounds, then all you have to do when you find success is come back anytime you're off track and duplicate the successful principles. You will today, if you want to do this, you will decide on your prerequisite steps. That number will go right here. So before we get into the steps, one more time, here's the challenge, and I'm going to help you come up with your number of steps. You have to stick to the meal plan that we agree on. You cannot deviate from it until you have achieved the accumulated prerequisite number of steps. Once you get to those steps, then you can continue, but you have earned your badge. You have also earned the right to have a hollow meal, but you've achieved your badge. I would suspect that you're going to get so much momentum you want to keep going. You could accomplish this in 5 days, but you have up to 14 days to achieve your steps. So what I want everybody to do that knows that you can do it, then we'll talk to the ones that want to do more or less. If you know that you can achieve it, we're all starting with a baseline of 140,000 steps. Why 140? Because that's 10,000 steps a day. You do not tap out if you don't get 10,000 steps in a day. You could get 7,000 and then you have to make it up the next day and get 13 or the next day. But you have 14 days. Don't do a crash course and wait till the last day. You have 14 days to get the steps in. The only real downside here is you have to have some way to track your steps, whether it be a water-resistant Fitbit, or whether it be an Apple Watch, or whether it just be your phone. You have to have some way to track your steps, and then you'll manually enter them. So here I've got 140,000 steps. So on day one, beginning Monday, let's say I got 11,000. All right, I'm ahead of the pace by 1,000 steps. Let's say day two, I got 7,000. Now I fell a little bit behind. So each day I'm aware, I'm jumping through some hoops, I'm entering it here in my journal. By the end of 14 days, I have to have at least 140,000 steps, or I get the devil badge, have to tap out. So we want to choose our steps wisely, but we want to push you. Now, again, if you're just tuning in, we will agree, I'm going to go over a list with you in a moment. We will agree that on the meals that they'll be personalized to you, we're going to agree with your meals. You will only be able to put 1 meal per slot. Only 1 meal per slot. Approved beverages don't go here. Condiments don't go here. And there's some freebies on the list that you can have that don't go here. But you'll fill up the 3 slots. You can always eat air, but you cannot eat off of the plan. Okay, so if you eat off it's on the honor system, because I don't know, I'm not there watching. If you eat off your plan and you haven't gotten your steps, then you have to tap out on the honor system. Are there any questions about that part so far? And then we'll come up with your steps and your meal ideas. This is going to be a fun one. Somebody's already asked, can I really lose 14 pounds in 14 days? Heck yeah. If you do what I tell you to do, heck yeah. If you're really close to goal, you may not, but if you got 30 pounds or more to lose, some folks, if they do this right, that have a lot of weight to lose, will double.
It's Kate.
Any questions so far on that? Has everybody got kind of the rules of engagement? We're going to send out class notes shortly. I'm about to go over them with you though.
So I have a question on the steps. Can I ask?
Mm-hmm.
So is there leadway on those? Because I shoot for 10,000 a day, but and I feel like I'm walking all day long. I mean, I don't just strictly walk, but I can only get like 6,000 steps a day. I don't know what it is.
Now for this, there's no leadway. So
Not even exercising. I
no
don't
leadway.
get. Okay.
No leadway. So here's here's your leadway. It happens in this class. So anybody right now, I want to make sure you understand. Hey, Tammy Cornett, I was talking about you today. Good to have you. We're choosing the steps now. If you're able, it's 140,000 steps. Okay. Now you'll put that in your document and save it. Everybody got that step one? We put 140,000 𝐶, and by the way, that was a fun way 20 years ago when I would tell people what to do. People would say, give me a prescription. And I would say, you get me in trouble. Let's call it a 𝐶. So it's just a fun way, a 𝐶. This is your personalized number of steps. So everybody here that knows that you can, even if you haven't been doing it, I want you to get 140,000 steps. Okay. I've only been getting 6. I don't want to hear that. You're going to get a little bit of jack for this challenge. All right. A little jack attack. So we're pushing ourselves. So if you may have been getting 3, but you know you have the fit ability to get 10. I don't care if you have to get up an extra hour early. I don't care if you have to do it before midnight. I don't care. I'm going to do it. My steps are 20,000 a day. And I get like 8,000, 9,000, but darn it, I want it. So if I have to be walking in before midnight, I'm getting my steps. That's the attitude we want. Now, when do we let up? Can't do that forever. Can't sustain it forever. Then you eat off the meal plan until you get your steps. Then you earn your badge. You want to do it quicker. So now, anybody that can't do 10,000, you want to do more, I'm just going to say do whatever more you want. I'm going for it with you. If you say 50,000 a day, I'm going to say no, because you can't. You're setting yourself up for failure. But if you don't think you can get 10, what's your number? Let's start the auction now. Sorry, my voice is about to go. So Gina says, no, I know I can do 15,000. So I'm pushing for 16. So Gina will take 16 times 14, and that will be her days. I mean, her steps. Got it? That makes sense? Gina, as an example, said, I'm going for 16. Okay. So, and your steps at work and in the house, that all counts too. So like when I'm in here working, I'm going to get 4,000 or 5,000 steps a day moving around, but that's not going to get it done. So I'm going to have to designate time to go get those steps in.
How do you tell if there's a way to see if your Fitbit is accurate? Because I'm tracking them on this. And like I said, I walk all day long. I mean, it's not just, from point A to point B, constant walking, but it's walking around, whether it's at work or in the house, whatever. But this is only tracking what I told you. Do you think it's accurate, or should I track somewhere else?
Yeah, it's accurate.
Okay.
if you go walk for 1 hour straight, not sitting at the desk and going to the kitchen, those are ancillary steps that everybody gets. To get this number, it doesn't need to be whatever your normal daily movement is. That's not what we're after. We're after some intense effort. So if you walk 1 hour, depending on your stride, if you went right now and walked 4 miles an hour
Okay.
for an hour, you're going to get 6,000 to 7,000 steps.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to figure out what I'm doing wrong then. Thank you for that information.
You're welcome. Stevie, I get 12,767 average a day. So what do I need to do? Stevie, you and I is going to go for it. Bro, can you give me 15,000 a day? 15,000 times 14 days.
And if you get on the treadmill, don't forget, stick that Fitbit in your sock or something.
That's right.
It don't count on the treadmill either.
That's right. You bet if you're on a treadmill, you're not swinging those arms. Better remember, or you're on a stationary bike. You can do a stationary bike too, or a bicycle, whatever. But then make sure you put. I wrap it around my shoelace.
Okay.
All right. So Stevie, you got it? He's got 15 easy. He's gonna melt like taking a blowtorch to butter. What alternate is available is I'm in a wheelchair. Oh, Karen, that's tough because you're not going to be able to get your steps. So I don't want you not to be able to participate. So we're going to do something different. Have you got a Fitbit? Have you got a Fitbit?
Okay, no, I have a phone.
Okay, no Fitbit.
No Fitbit.
So this will be hard. Okay, so does your phone, can it track the miles that you travel in your wheelchair?
I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Give that a shot and let me know before Monday. So if it tracks your mileage, Fitbit would help, but if it tracks your mileage, every mile you get, we're going to give you credit for 5,000 steps. Another thing that you can do is I want you to work your upper body. You know what arm swimmers are?
Yep.
All right. I want some arm swimmers. You can count those, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you had a Fitbit, it'd count it for you. But I want you to get some arm swimmers. If you had bands, we could do some curls. But just to get you to participating, for example, like, do you go to your own mailbox?
I will. All I can do is transfer from my chair to the bed and back again. That's the extent of my mobility at the moment.
Okay, we're not going to do it that way with you then. Here's what we're going to do. Are you ready? Do you want to participate in this great challenge?
I'm thinking about it. It would be wonderful.
I want you to do as much work as you possibly can. Okay, but I don't want you to count it. I only want you to eat off the meal plan.
Okay.
But right now, Karen needs somebody to step for her or she can't participate. Who's going to step for her?
Who is the victim?
You're going to partner up with Karen, and I'm going to tell you the steps that you've got to get. You've got to do your steps and the ones that I give Karen. And she cannot eat off that meal plan until you get your steps and her steps.
Okay, well, this is Gina. I know I said I was going to do 16. What do you want me to do to take care of Karen's steps as well?
Gina, you and Karen are going to connect, right?
Yes.
Okay. She cannot eat off the meal plan that she chooses, and you can't either until you get 20,000 steps a day.
All right. And just for the record, I know a lot of people ask, how do you get these steps in? I learned from Travis several years ago. Yes, I work from home, and if work is quiet, I can get up and get steps in, but we've been slammed. I will get up 2.5 hours early every day and start walking to get at least half of my steps in, and then I'll finish in the evening if I have to. So
Warrior mentality. So let me try to get some leverage on y'all. Let me step back to go forward. So the way to lose body fat is insulin control and calorie deficit. That's if I'm holding two sides of a rubber band and I stretch it for this analogy, the wider the gap between my hands, the better the fat loss. Okay, so what we normally do here at Shibboleth is stretch one end of the rubber band, insulin control and calorie deficit. Now, by walking and getting our heart in the target heart rate zone, we're stretching both ends. So you're gonna melt. So we're taking a snapshot of time, and we're doing more than what we normally do, more than what we're normally capable of. It's a challenge for a reason. And there's no way out. Once you decide, you either do it or you tap out. So Gina and Karen can't do it. So Gina is going to stand in the gap for Karen. Karen is going to agree on the meal plan today. She has to eat off the meal plan. We'll get tremendous results. She'll do what she can. Gina's going to do her steps and the ones that I was going to give to Karen. And if Gina doesn't do it for both of them, they both have to tap. Sound like fun?
That gives me my even more motivation to hit the 20 mark. Because in my head, I was thinking, should I try for 20? But no, that sounds great.
Awesome. Awesome job. Kimberly, foot surgery last August, still in recovery, but can walk. I have a 𝐒𝐭. You can do 𝐒𝐭, but you got to track your steps somehow. So Fitbit around the shoelace or something, or in the sock. Kim says, so you eat on a meal plan daily till you get your steps right. You're agreeing on the honor system that you cannot eat off the meal plan I'm about to give you until you get the steps. So we're about to look at meal options that you will put in the worksheet like I'm going to do. That's what you're agreeing to. Does that make sense? Now, let me get that part back up here. Going to be fun. You don't have to be a member of Facebook. We are asking you optionally to make it more fun. Film a daily video of inspiration with you walking. It doesn't have to be long, 30 seconds. Hey guys, I'm checking in. I'm doing my thing. There's a group that we're doing this in. You'll see me on there doing mine. We're gonna get it together. Okay. So I'm going back to my worksheet where I'm finding get that extra noise off. Where I'm finding this is in my digital worksheets. And then I'm going to Tiger Steps, and then I'm going to create my worksheet. My title, Tiger Steps. Let's pretend I'm Gina. My deadline, I get 2 weeks to get this done. It starts on the 22nd. So before the 28th, I have to have that done. My beginning weight, Monday morning. Now you'll have to keep journaling. This is a manual form. Sergey and I didn't have time to make everything automated, and we didn't want to keep delaying. So you'll manually put your numbers here. This is a worksheet to keep you focused. So my beginning weight, let's say it's 190. I will see by the end of this how much weight I lose. Your T-scription for steps, let's put that number in. Most people's going with 140,000, or you'll go with the number, oh, I'm Gina. So I'm Gina, Lord help. So you 7 times 20, you got a 280,000 steps. Is that right? Did I just calculate that right? You and I, 208. Woo! So
I think that's right.
280,000 steps in 2 weeks. Okay. I'm going to go in and save that so I don't lose it. Boy, are we going to melt. All right. Now we're going to choose 3 breakfast items, 3 lunch items, 3 dinner items. You can have a snack, but it has to be one of your up to 3 eating episodes a day. So now we're going to look at that. This is going to be laid out in a pretty document, but so that you can go on and put your meal ideas. You can't have all of the ones here. Okay, you're picking out only 3 for breakfast. Here's your ideas. So start thinking. You don't have to ask me if you know you're choosing one of these. If you don't like something on here and you want something else, you and I have to agree now or in one of the future orientations. So here's your breakfast ideas. Let's start with any red column meal that is strictly portion control. That gives you endless variety if you know what a red column meal is. Okay. Here's some others. 𝐶𝐶 𝐶𝐶 with Health-Wise hot chocolate, just Health-Wise hot chocolate. Bio coffee mixed with 𝐶𝐶 or bio coffee mixed with Health-Wise hot chocolate. Kettle and fire bone broth, 0 fat. I like to do that like I'm drinking coffee in the morning. AHS pancakes, 2 packages, with or without berries and sugar-free syrup. Greek plain yogurt, with or without spark or zip slim and berries. 2 eggs in Pam cooking spray with 1 tablespoon of hemp flakes or hemp parts, 1/3 of a hemp bar. Health-Wise high protein oatmeal, 2 packages. Any -2 or -3 meal replacement. GC Control, any approved recipe, Beverly UMP, Attain Bar, Simply Fit with 𝐶𝐶. Bran crisp bread, 2 slices with 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. Bran crisp bread, 2 slices with melted reduced fat Sargento cheese. Now, we just went over a pretty lengthy list of breakfast ideas. You can only pick 3 to put on that form. So does anybody have any questions about that? So for example, Ashley is now bartering with me. Ashley says, can we just do eggs by itself? Yeah, you can have 2 to 3 eggs in Pam cooking spray. You can put that as one of your meals. Anybody else? And I do say no to some things. Little Jack is back. Just a little, just a smidge. Ashley, just a smidge, not too much, not to offend the masses.
Are we each picking these live now, or is there somewhere to print that list and then pick them?
No, you've got it. You've got, when you're ready, you may just need to watch and do it later, but if you have access to it, you can do it now.
Well, where can you see that list at, or you can't? It's only live right here where you just showed it.
It's only live, but Lisa's going to send you that list.
Got you. Okay.
So but you can't have all the, like normally you would be able to choose from any of those. Can't do that for this challenge. You only get 3 different ideas for each. So Stevie wants to know boiled eggs. How many for you, Stevie? Because I know your BMI 3. You could do that. 3 boiled eggs. You could add some condiment freely. Condiments don't have to go in your slots. Boiled egg whites, you could have 6 boiled egg whites.
Hey, Travis, it's Gina. Just a quick question. And if you want to say no, of course, it's fine. The Fit Crunch wafer bars, because I looked them up, they are 240 calories, 16 protein, 3 sugar. I know they're a -1 because I do them as a meal. If you don't want me to, it's fine. I wasn't going to, but now that I'm going to be walking, I figured it couldn't hurt to ask. But
you can have it.
Okay, because I'm also doing this, like I said, I'm going to start the zip back up on Monday, so I want the maximum results.
Yeah.
So I'm debating between that and an Attain bar, and I know the Attain bar is much better. So
yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Stevie, I'm going to modify what I told you. For any of your meals, you can have as many egg whites as you want. I don't care if you want 24 in one sitting. So Karen, the list that I just gave, you have to pick out 3 of those ideas, or you don't have to go with that, but you and I have to agree. So if you want something off the list, I need to know what it is, because I don't want you having anything that's going to be too easy. But then you'll type that in like this. Well, watch. So for breakfast, let's say that I'm Stevie and I want 6 egg whites. That's an idea. That slot is now full. So let's say I like my kettle and fire bone broth. That slot's done. I'm making it challenging for myself. Pancakes. Done. AHS, hold on. AHS pancakes, done. So I save that. During the duration of the challenge, for my breakfast, until I get the steps, I have to have one or the other. I cannot eat off this plan until I get my steps. Does that make sense? That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it challenging.
That's the entire, like if it's 140,000, you have to eat on that plan till you reach the 140. That not daily, but the overall goal.
Right. And if somebody here doesn't feel that you're in condition enough, not effort. If you're in condition enough, but you haven't been putting in the effort, you don't get to reduce it. But let's say that you know that you're not in that kind of condition and you can't get 140,000, which is 10 a day. I'll agree with you on a number. You just got to tell me what you think you can get.
So I have a question about the meals. So obviously I can't remember all that list, but
I'm gonna
can
come
I
back.
have this as a meal? Protein
Yes.
a protein shake?
Well, you have to ask because that one is not on the list, but I will let you have it. So you,
Okay, here's the stuff if you need it.
I don't need it. I've got it memorized. So you would type that in one of your slots.
Okay, and what about Quest bars?
You can type Quest bars in.
Okay, so that would be approved too. Okay, thank you.
So Kimberly, 2 boiled eggs, 1 tablespoon of light mayo, and a half of Joseph's high fiber bread. Yes, Kimberly, you can do that one. You can write that one in. Kimberly Laney. This is going to be the best challenge ever. Tony Davis. Well, he's trying to put on muscle though. He's muscle man. He may not want to do no walking with us. Hey, bro, good to have you. Anybody else? More's going to be clear in a minute. Okay. All right. So let's go back to our list. Lara is working hard on this to get it to you today. So those were your breakfast ideas, unless you didn't like them, and then we could agree on something. But you don't get to put your own in. If it's not on this list, you don't have to ask me if it's on the list. If it's not on this list, we got to agree on it, like we just did with some of the folks. Then you've got lunch ideas, which are similar. We've added a few things like Wendy's chili, Chick-fil-A grilled chicken. You want to think, if you eat out a lot, you better go in and think that through, because if your husband says, "Hey, I'm taking you to the El Nepal tonight," and you don't have anything on your list, you're going to end up taking that. So you want to think that through and make sure your slots got you covered, even at restaurants. Does that make sense? Okay, so we've got our lunch ideas, then our dinner ideas. Got our dinner ideas. Now, y'all stay with me. I'm going to have to mute that again. So we've got dinner ideas. Now, down here it says freebies. Do not have to be counted as an eating episode. Freebies do not have to go in the slot. Sugar-free Jell-O, cucumbers, dill pickles, spark popsicles, zip popsicles. Those are your freebies for this challenge. So if you just got to have something instead of tapping out, you don't have a big list, but you got a few things that you can have. Supplements, you must take your vitamin. I don't care if it's mine. You have to take a vitamin to fill in your nutrient deficiencies and gaps. You're putting in too much effort for your body to get the metabolism to get sluggish. If you don't have to ask me if you like GNC's women's or men's, that's fine with me. You don't have to ask and get that approved, but you do have to take something to fill in your nutrient deficiencies. I'm recommending a list here. You can go with one of those. You don't go with all of them. It's just one of them. There's some optional enhancements that some of us will be doing. Zip Slim. Spark, berberine, Nutritherm. If you're doing Nutritherm, it's a powerful weight loss aid. It is already in Peak Performance Metabolic Health. Do not double up on it. Approved beverages are your standard ones. I've added some other fun ones like Celsius and 𝐁𝐶 Go, but unsweet tea, coffee, any Shibboleth approved beverage is allowed as a beverage and does not have to go in your slot. I have also put some recipes that I use that are simple and they're plateau breakers. They're extremely simple. They're all red column. You've got ghee butter seared steak, spicy MCT oil chicken thighs, ghee sauteed scallops with hemp hearts. You've got 13 recipes that can go in any of your slots. In addition to that, if there's a specific wow challenge you like, you can add that. You can't say wow challenges. You have to add in one of your line items, you have to add the specific name or names of those wow challenges. In addition to that, if you want to do line or shark days, you can do that, but that offers all kind of variety. So you have to take up 3 slots. So like for breakfast, you would put line day, lunch, you would put line day, dinner, you would put line day, if you want to do those. Now, that's pretty much it. It's simple, it's fun, may be the most effective challenge you've ever done because you're eating right and tight and you're walking your booty off. So you said Greek yogurt or oikos, either Greek plain yogurt. I get Greek plain yogurt and I mix strawberry spark in it and put blueberries on it. You could do oikos 000.
How many of those can you have?
I prefer it be one little container. But if you wanted to have like with 000, those little 3.5 ounce containers, 2 of them's plenty.
And that's as a meal, one meal?
That's one meal. With the approved recipes, can we put approved recipe in a slot or pick a specific recipe for the slot? Has to be a specific approved recipe. Oh, you mean the ones on my list, Amy? You have to put the name of it there. It's not all of them. You have to pick out the one that you would do.
If we're doing berberine with our supplements, how do you incorporate the berberine in with this challenge? It doesn't have to go in a slot, right?
No, it's a supplement. So as directed, up to twice a day.
Anytime you want during the day? Is that what you're saying?
Before
Okay.
you're technically supposed to have it before meals, like 30 minutes before a meal, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it says.
I take it before meal. Yeah. Can we add hemp heart or flakes to the yogurt berry breakfast? No, not unless you're requesting it. If you're requesting it, I can let you do that. That's something that you could put there. I'm not necessarily doing that. I haven't come up with my full list yet. We pick a wow challenge and can only do that challenge for 14 days. That is not correct. So you got 14 days, right? So let's say Monday you have written in okay, so I'm going to my challenges, wow challenges. Now, let's say that I want to do one of these or several of them. And I've picked mellow the bell pepper. Okay, I read this challenge. That's a lot of stuff that's not in my slots. If I'm going to want to do this for a full day, I have to use up a slot, mellow the bell pepper, Shibboleth popcorn party number 3. So if you put that in one of your slots, you don't have to do it all 14 days. You just have to do it one of those days. But you've just taken up a slot with that. So is it worth it? You have to think about that too. You can choose wow. You can't say any wow challenge. You have to fill in a slot with the specific wow. Is there any way that the meal ideas in the chat can be put somewhere? I tried to screenshot. I don't know if we got the manpower to copy and paste all these meal ideas, but you will get my list. You will get this list to choose your 9 meal ideas from. Anybody else?
Will that be emailed to us, Travis, or how will we get it?
She's going to email you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your patience.
Oh, you're welcome. Everybody's probably wanting to know. Anybody else? Anything you don't know? And it's great. You can think about this, and you have until Monday to change your list. You can change it until Monday, but once midnight strikes, Sunday, 11:59 is here, it's over. You've got your list and we're ready to go.
So this is actually starting Monday, the 22nd, right?
Correct.
And going for 14 days?
Well, no, not necessarily. You may finish sooner than that. But
Oh.
once you finish, we still want to complete the 14 days, but we're going to let you change up your meal plan if you want to change your meal plan up.
If you get your steps before that time. That's
Correct.
how it changes. Okay, gotcha.
So we'll go to challenge, and Lara will be adding a group challenge called Tiger Steps. Right here it is. Lisa, it may help to put that graphic in here, that tiger graphic, just so people spot it with a little ease. So Tiger Steps challenge, you join the challenge, and we're off to the races on Monday. You have until Monday to get everything in your worksheet and save it. And then that's the rules of engagement.
And are we posting our weight and posting pictures before this challenge, or we don't have to do that?
That always is how we get started with the challenge. Now, if you don't want to put your personal before pictures in there, it's just how the system works. So you would have to put a picture of flowers or the beach. You have to add your 2 before pictures, or the system doesn't recognize you as a challenger.
Okay, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I just wasn't sure if we had to do it. I'll have to take new ones.
Anybody else? Don't be shy. It's going to be a lot of fun, Gayla. A lot of fun. And I'll be all week trying to get everybody ready. So, and then Lara's working hard on getting you the class notes. I just want to make sure you know the rules, because you're distracted. You got a lot going on. So you have 9 meal ideas. You don't have to put supplements in the slot. You don't have to put those few freebies in the slot. You don't have to put approved condiments in the slot or approved beverages. Just our food. And you don't even have to have 3 meals, but you get up to 3 meal ideas. You have to eat on, you're agreeing with self to eat off of that meal plan and portion control until you reach the prescribed number of steps.
Travis, with the protein wise hot chocolate that I replaced the health wise with when I couldn't get it, would that work?
Yep, same thing.
Okay.
Same product. Almost.
And one more question and I'll be done. Can I add Crystal Light to the water if needed? I don't normally do that. I normally get 64 ounces of water without it, but sometimes I'll add for flavor.
Are you asking if you can count Crystal Light towards your water?
Yes. Yeah, putting it in water, if it would, or will that knock me out of this challenge if I put it in my water?
Well, first of all, nothing can knock you out, anyone. Nothing can knock you out except for you, because there's no way for me to know if you cheated. So where in previous challenges, we've been real lax lately and said, this is not a tap out challenge. This is a tap out challenge. So on the honor system, if you violate the rules now before tapping out, make sure you violated the rules, because we have people looking for a way out on day 1. So it's not, listen, everybody, it is not comfortable to say what you're going to do and do what you say. It's not comfortable. You know why it's not comfortable? Because almost nobody does it anymore. So we are saying, you know what? I'm getting my life back and I'm getting my discipline back. I'm going to say what I'm going to do and I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do it. So it's Wednesday. You have the opportunity to have a cupcake at work. Normally you would violate your own personal ethos to have that cupcake. But because you agreed to do this and you're thinking about all of your teammates, you're going to go, no, I just can't have it. I'm saying no. You look at your meal plan, you go, darn it, I'm just going to have to drink some bone broth, I guess. Get mad about it, get glad about it, whatever you want to do. But keep your word. Now, Crystal Light. Crystal Light should not count as water unless you just will not drink your water.
So are we
It-
allowed to add flavoring to water? Since I
The-
try and I can't do plain.
Yeah,
I hate plain.
yeah, well, I know you do. I know a lot of people here do. And what we've always said holds true. If you'll drink water, you need to drink water. If you would not wash your external organs with Crystal Light, that should not count as your water. However, because we have so many people that dislike water, we always have said that you could use Crystal Light or splash H2O as your hydration. We don't like it, but we ain't gonna kick you out over that.
Yeah, I don't use it for my water. I just sometimes will add it to like a bottle like this. I drink 4 of these a day. But
I would rather your Crystal Light just be a fun beverage that you're drinking and not count towards your water.
I'm allowed to do it, I guess is my question, just so I'm clear. Like if I have 4 of these a day plain and then I want a Crystal Light, I can do that?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
You can have unsweet tea, you can have coffee, you can have Ocean Spray Diet, you can have V8 Splash Diet, you can have Spark, you have any approved beverage. I only prefer that you use water for your water requirement. But you don't have to quit. You just have to, all right, I'm fudging a little bit and I'm having Crystal Light and counting it as my water because otherwise I wouldn't drink my water. You can still count it.
Gotcha.
I got it. Got that. I read that. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Why not just lemon or lime to flavor the water? You can do that, Karen. You can add lemon or lime to your water and count it as water. Absolutely. Anybody else? Anybody got anything up in the air, unsure of, uncertainty? All right. So Larry's going to finish up class notes, get those to everybody that registered here and everybody that registered in the group section in case somebody didn't come here in the group challenge section. And we'll make sure that we're off to a good start by Monday. All right. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen.
Thank y'all. Bye, everybody.